Fidel Castro, Face the Nation. In the early hours of yesterday morning, this was the scene in a studio of television station CMQ in Havana, Cuba. The revolution is over and the studio is jammed with newspaper photographers, armed guards, studio technicians, armed rebel fighters. From this studio in Havana, you are about to see Fidel Castro, leader of the successful rebel forces who overthrew the dictatorship of General Batista. And now, by television tape recording, you will see Fidel Castro face the nation.
Dr. Castro, the American people hope that a true democracy will emerge here in Cuba. We want to ask you about your personal plans and about what you hope for your country. As one who has spoken very eloquently about the civil rights that must be guaranteed to the Cuban people, how do you explain...
I will never be against any right. That is my thinking in politics.
Very
I am
good.
not communist at all. But I will never be against any right.
Well, may I ask you, sir, why is it when you have that attitude, which you obviously believe very strongly, why with that attitude have there been so many executions across Cuba without open, free trials?
Well, not so many.
How many?
I don't know exactly about 2 or 3 dozen of criminals, because I think the judge is the first thing necessary for the happiness of the country.
Will the communist or a communist front party be permitted to participate in the elections?
What I think about that is this: when the tyranny was falling, the country they are going to be the same rights that were before the 10th of March 10, 1952. And what I think that that all the rights of the Constitution ought to be respected. Respect. Are you afraid of the idea? Do you believe that the democratic man ought to be afraid of any idea?
Dr. Castro,
I
you
am
are
a man
a
of
lawyer.
faith.
You are a lawyer, and I'm afraid I will have to act as a judge. We'd like you to answer our questions.
Well, I am not afraid of freedom at all.
May I ask you a question, sir? As a lawyer and as one who has spoken very eloquently about the civil rights that must be guaranteed to the Cuban people, how do you explain...
I will never be against any right. That is my thinking in politics.
Very
I am
good.
not communist at all.